available on both sides, so they can ban the Ornn, just pick up the Alistar for the side of Cerberus Esports, just for them to be safe in this picks that they have. They still have a mid laner that we are waiting for, because the Akali has been banned. It's not a lot of options, but a Corki could potentially be a pick here for Cerberus.
Let's see. I mean, Corki is available, unless they surprisingly ban it. Okay, never mind.
There you go.
The team heard us. Was a good try, Dash. Was a good try.
Yeah, but now without Corki, what are they gonna go for? Yes, an Ornn is a great pick, but Tak is also a great Alistar player, so they can still pack that up for their side. It's not a lot of damage on the side of Trace Esports. They would need a lot more, so they need an ADC that could help the team out. A Sivir could be a good pick here for Yuri.
I actually do want to see if they... Okay, I was looking forward to seeing a Sivir, but I guess Ezreal makes a lot more sense, because hear me out here. If you're gonna go with either teamfight or pickups and you have the Hexic Ultimatum, it's the perfect setup for Ezreal to pop in with his barrage, right? You pretty much have a secured spot here. And you also have Jace that is a kind of a mid-range champion, so he can really just put in or deal with the damage. Lastly, you mentioned this, Alistar has been locked in.
Yeah, there's a chance that they could have picked the Sona here for the composition, but they didn't really opt to pick the Sona. But again, Alistar is way better, just adding up to the CC that they would need here, because they already have a lot of ways to go in. So a bit of a CC could really help their team out. And now we're seeing on the other side, Cerberus Esports goes in for the early game. They want to take down that Vladimir as early as they can. Having a Lucian in the mid lane could be a good answer. Or they're gonna go for it with Genza on the boss side, just for them to bully out that dragon laner that they have, which is at Ezreal.
You know, I kind of imagine something. You know, in the early game, Vi will walk over to the bottom lane to try and gank. I think that's where Alistar's Pulverize will be used into play. And whenever there is a fight, I think his passive, the healing, can give a lot of utility, can buy rather a lot of time for his team. So it's all of these little skills, and let's see if they'll be able to translate that to a victory. But again, this is just series number 2, game number 1. I hope you guys are excited, and together let's see who will get the victory for the first game. Are you excited, Dash?
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Trace Esports and Cerberus Esports has in store for us. Very meta picks from both sides, so we do expect some changes when it comes to the macro with these players, because we expect them to have immaculate micro as a team. But now game 1 is gonna come in, everybody.
And here we go. Welcome to live, everyone. Again, this is TE versus CES. Game number 1. You saw the draft earlier. You also saw the bans. I'm honestly so curious to see what is going to happen with the mid lane matchup. Zeri and Vladimir is interesting, because Vladimir does have the Sanguine Pool. He just literally drops to the ground and is gone. But he comes back up. But you know, it can actually disrupt a lot of possible combos here.
Yeah, and for now, from what we're seeing here, just based on the matchup, Tak goes in.
There you go. That will be the exhaust connecting, and the Pulverize actually was perfectly timed by Tak, but now it will be Duck B kind of boxed in. Yuri taking a little bit too much of damage, so it was a good try for TE, but they were in a little bit too deep.
Yeah, great exhaust coming in from Genza just to stop Yuri from getting the damage in, especially with the Mystic shots. But now at level 2, this is where the advantage of a Lucian is gonna come out. We're gonna see how they're gonna do that this game.
Ooh, looking back up top at the Baron lane. Looks like it's Camille and Gwen. Of course, Camille will try her best to try and push Gwen back. Gwen with a beautiful skin, by the way. Just have to say it, it's right there. Passive being procced for Lee Sao. And looking into the mid lane, looks like Horn is actually being harassed by BMM, being forced to just push him back towards the tower. A lot of damage and a lot of consistency coming out from Zeri here.
That is what you want whenever you have if Vladimir in the mid lane. You do expect them to just be on the losing end, especially in the early game. But once it comes to the first parts of the game where we have an objective, Y1 for a gank in the bot lane.
I told you, see? This is something that will probably happen. Vi has her eyes set onto the bot lane. That's Pulverize connecting on 3, but the kill actually went over to Alex there. Ornn says goodbye. That was too quick. That was not supposed to happen, but it did.
What a Pulverize coming from Tak. If it wasn't for that Pulverize canceling 2 dashes. Look at this. When it comes to the replay, look at him canceling a lot, and Y1 was just able to hit him, and he was not able to kill him because of that. That should have been a triple kill for Trace Esports, but Tak displayed that so well.
See, I told you this before the game even started. Early game, Vi's idea is to gank the Dragon lane, but you have Pulverize, and Tak was so good with using the Pulverize, perfectly timed, like what you said. It canceled a lot of supposed combos or supposed CCs, and on top of that, he was still alive because his passive proc. So, so far so good, I guess, for the early game for TE here. Can't say the same to Lee Sao. Let's see, because Taco is the one that's being able to push the minions into the blue team side. That's maybe Taco trying to get the fruit. Was able to do so, and his job is done. He's just gonna dance away.
Was able to get the honey fruit, but now Ignite was also popped a while ago. But now, Tak going in.
Or the ultimate again, but that's gonna be the kill going over to Ezreal. Lucian says goodbye, and Duck B did try to jump in, but hey, he doesn't have any damage, so he had no choice but to just clear the wave, and I think that's a pretty good victory. It's time to reward themselves with some health and with some items. Going back to the mid lane though. Yes.
This is what's so hard whenever you're fighting against it though. They're gonna go in again.
They're still fighting. There you go, BMM again, taking too much, but here comes Corn in case things become a little bit too hectic. Y1 has his eye set onto Corn, but Corn is A-okay. All the linkers, all the damage, that's the kill going over to Ezreal again. Taunt actually connected. Ornn gets bursted down, and that was another victory going over to the man in the blue side.
Tak is so good. Tak is so good. What he did there in that fight was just pulverizes just to stop everybody from pushing. Just the immaculate spacing that this guy has is the reason why they won that fight again. And then he flashed away to safety and no kills. Just went over to the side of Cerberus Esports.
He made it look so easy. He made it look so smooth. So now they're here making their rounds into the mid lane. It's to support. They're not going to do anything. They're probably just going to say hi. But Tak is right there. But Quiba is right here. Taku was able to get away, forced to pop the ultimate. Not going to be taking the kill, but was successful in pushing the enemies away. Now Y1 again trying to see if there's anyone hiding. There is no one. They could secure a takedown and then get Dragon, or just push Yuri and Tak away and then get Dragon. Looks like Tak wants to fight. Mirage being sent out. BMM trying to get away, but that's be the flash coming from Camille. Ultimate being popped right there. Looks like Shelly has been taken by Jace, but look at this. Genza has his eye set on Lisa, but the damage is too much. But now let's be Tak with it. Look, everything being forced to pop his ultimate, and it looks like TE is now the one chasing Cerberus. Horn making sure that they will no longer go back in their territory. They get Shelly, they even get the Dragon, and now it's time for them to go back.
Cerberus Esports wasn't able to do anything much this fight. Look at the damage coming from Yuri. Yuri spaced himself really well here, not being afraid. Even if the cease and desist from Y1 was able to connect, he just remained cool, tried to deal damage, and then he was able to finish off members. It is also because of the fact that they have double ADC on the side of Cerberus Esports, which is why they don't have any damage this early in the game.
Also, I have to tell you this. While all of that was happening in the Dragon Pit, the Rift Herald was summoned in the mid lane, which means Vladimir is 2 or 3 hits away from taking the mid lane turret down. It's going to be huge for TE, alright?
Yep.
Now, up top, okay, I thought they were going to try to go with the gank, but I think it was a plan that they decided to not pursue, given that Quiba and Yuri here is just charging the mid lane. BMMP needs support.
Really good for them to have gold injection for Weiba every time because this hyper carry that they have is gonna make it work. Corn though, knock up.
Okay, damage is there. No follow-up. I guess he just really wants to clear the waves. Now Taku dangerously low, but hey, he's brave. He got this. Here's Orn again with the ultimate, but Y1 will burn enough.
Ignite.
And yes, it was actually enough. The kill actually even went to Alistar here, but now Duckby dangerously low under turrets. They don't care. Genda taking so much damage. He chased down by Weiba as well. Got to be the kill being secured by TE. No minions. They cannot get the turret, but they were able to get the kills. All the champions are going 6 feet underground. The damage and the pressure from TE is surely a lot.
Yeah, this is one of the things that changed with this team. Trace Esports was a very aggressive team back then. When Korn was not here in the squad, they were just pure aggression, no discipline as a squad, and that's why they were giving off kills that they don't need to give. But here you can see how that changed, how this team evolved to a team that could get to the top 4 spot. Last season, they weren't able to get to the top 8 even. And that's why Trace Esports, this is a very big change for the squad overall, and this is a very welcome change for the CN conference.
Hey, you know what they say? Everyone has their redemption arc, so this could be theirs, right? Now looking back at the Dragon lane, Lee Sao doing his best to defend. A possible 2v2 Hextech ultimatum connecting on to Genza. Lee Sao is right there, and that's going to be the ultimate as well as sustain coming in from Tak. Duck B had no choice but to watch the damage dealer say goodbye. Let's be the knockup again. Ultimate in the Forge of the God being popped as well by the Orn. But Lee Sao is still pretty much A-okay. Tak doesn't mind to get all of those damages. He's pretty tanky. They will just have to clear the minions. But someone was on a rampage there, seen onto the screen. At least, Cerberus was able to get the bottom lane turret.
Yeah, they got some bounties, they got the gold. So I think that's good enough for Cerberus Esports. But let's take a look at the replay of what happened on the top side. There was a kill that happened on the top side. This is most likely gonna go like how we expect it to. Taco is gonna try to kill, but Weiba is just there to deal so much damage to this guy. And that's why got the kill top side, and they also got a tower a while ago.
Wow, that was clean. Micro and macro being showcased in front of everyone's eyes, but now with all the countdown, with everything that's happened, just 9 minutes in, actually, in game number 1, CES, I think they're finally getting their footing. Although TE is still aggressive, it just so happened that they're a lot more confident now. They don't mind risking those 1v2s. Ooh, Taku, that was quite some damage, but now you have 3 members from TE marching into the mid lane. I'm looking for another Call of the Forge God from Orn here. We've seen a few, but not as useful or not as death-defying. Speaking of death, Duck B almost was gonna die there. Barrage was a little bit to the left, but that still took us for comfort. Shield has been popped as well, but that just shows how aggressive TE is. With all of that in mind, all of the vision even, looks like this will be a free dragon for TE.
Yep, and for CES, they are able to take nada from the hands of Trace Esports. Trace Esports is just taking over the map topside. Hextech ultimatum.
There you go. That's going to be the missile shot being popped as well. And there will be the Call of the Forge God. But is it enough? Because looks like the gods decided to join the Baron lane. Vi gets killed onto one. That will be no more Alistar. But TE, they still get a lot of kills in their pockets. Goodness me. They're charging into this lane. Will be able to get the turret. Genza, sadly, a little wait. Oh, I thought he was going to defend it. But he was 2 seconds, a little bit too late. It was a good try nevertheless. And again, TE, a lot of good things.
Let's take a look at the engagement a while ago on the top side. Just because of this Hextech ultimatum, they got a free kill. And Tak being in front of everybody on the side of the Cerberus Esports just gave the backline a lot of access to damage. And that's why it was easy enough for Trace Esports to just take all the kills. It's just Tak was able to get away.
And we're back to the game. CS now, they just really need to be careful. Get the buffs, and if possible, try to get a pick off. But the thing is, you'd want to get Ezreal, but how are you gonna get someone that literally has an arcane shift? And he has an adorable cow protecting him. See, that's stack. Now that's a bit of damage being dished out by Huiba. Lisa on the front line, not maybe the Hextech ultimatum as well being popped. You thought you're safe, but no. Gwen gets taken down by Ezreal. Ornn with the ultimate again, not gonna connect, but there is no casualty as well. Now, CE, they mean business.
What's really hard about this? Yeah, what's really hard about Trace Esports is that Cerberus Esports can't even get close. They're just out to range, but now they're gonna go for a fight again.
That is a beautiful barrage. Lucian with ultimate as well, but damage is not gonna be enough. BMM, that shot!
Okay.
Quite it's not a fadeaway, but because he got taken down, I'm gonna say that's a fadeaway. So that was a really clean shot from Ezreal. Turret being taken down as well, so I believe there's no more outer turrets for CES. TE, they're now knocking onto their base. Tak is right there for some reason, putting onto the pulverize. Corn at the back line, so much damage, so much front line as well. Lisao can literally even get the turret on his own. Teleport coming in, and looks like this is the last fight for game number 1. Duffy taking so much damage, was not able to sustain that, and now they're focusing on the Nexus, and that is the B. Game number 1 going over to TE.
Trace Esports didn't even break a sweat for them to win against Cerberus. Cerberus tried their best to